50 miles further downriver from Telegraph Creek, the dirt track finally runs out. This is truly the back of beyond, and this is where I'm meeting someone who I've really been looking forward to spending some time with.
Hi.
I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Nice to meet you.
How lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
This is Nancy. What a pleasure. I've been waiting for this for ages. They told me about you weeks and weeks ago.
What did they tell you?
Said you were really weird.
Yeah, I was going to say. Don't believe them.
Well, they just keep saying, where do you meet Nancy? Where do you meet Nancy? She does this, she does that, she's got a gun, she does this.
Here, you have to put
She builds bridges, she traps grizzly bears, rattles them to the ground.
There you are.
She'll scare the life out of you. She's taken me downriver to her remote guest ranch where I'm going to be staying. And get this, Nancy is 75. Were you born here, Nancy?
No. I was born in Alberta on a cattle ranch.
Oh, right.
But I've been here for 52 years.
Oh, you'll know your way around. People like Nancy have hidden themselves all over this part of Canada. People who live completely self-sufficient lives with just a sharp axe and bears for company. Oh, woman, she's made of steel. Nancy looks after her 480-acre ranch all on her own. Whoa! What a beautiful place.
It is nice, isn't it? A little run down, though, Billy.
Smashing here at Nancy's place. That driveway's 4 miles long. My arse is making buttons. But this is great. What a gas. She says it's run down, but I think that's the most attractive feature about it. Gosh, you just showed me my room. Do you want to see it? Please note, you must have a good sleep. If you are cold, it is miserable. I advise warm nightwear and warm socks to be worn to bed. That's my kind of hotel. She's a 5'2" bantam with the strength of a giant. Watching her chop logs for winter, I could see this is a hard life. My God. Does it ever dawn on you that it might be too hard, this?
Uh-uh.
I love that.
I'm not a quitter.
No, I don't think so.
No, I love it, you know.
Oh, it shows.
I often get asked that question, don't you get lonely? And I honestly don't.
There are just 20 days left before the first winter snows come, when life for Nancy gets even tougher.
We used to have 60, 70 head of horses, and in the wintertime the wolves were terrible. Well, I remember one night we had a colt and 2 mares, and they were fighting off 2 wolves. And I'd forgotten my rifle. It was in the bedroom. So one of the kids.
my rifle.
Yeah, well, it was just in the bedroom.
Like I forgot
one of the
my
kids
handbag.
ran and grabbed my rifle, and another one grabbed my shells, and I shot in the air, and the wolves took off. Then I had to get the kids up.
Did it ever cross your mind that you might hurt yourself and need help?
No.
You just don't let it cross your mind.
No.
Nancy made the most superb dinner last night. It was moose stew with beans and cabbage salad and a cakey thing at the end. It was just the best food I've had. And she's the most impressive woman I think I've ever met. This morning, Nancy has taken me for a walk around her land. And here, it's never long before thoughts turn to bears.
We used to have a lot of bears. It was nothing to see a dozen on the hillside in the field in a day. One time I saw a bear coming down through the yard there. I knew the kids were all playing outside. I ran and got my rifle, and I shot the bear just as it was crossing the creek there. So it was pretty swift. Kind of hard on the tractor.
I can't imagine my mother running and shooting a bear.
But the attitude of the bears is so different now. The first time I noticed this was a few years ago when I was gutting a moose.
You say these things so casually.
Well, it's true.
I was gutting a moose. Of course you were. We reached the high point on the ranch, and I can see why Nancy will never leave this place, no matter how hard a life she has. Oh my goodness me.
You see a long ways, eh?
How lovely is that? This is Nancy's work. Don't laugh. She doesn't need or want to be anywhere else. It's such a joy to share someone's contentment. I feel very blessed. What a wonderful place.
I agree. You just don't want to fall over the edge there.
No, I'll try not to. That was brilliant. That's one of the nicest days I've spent in many, many years with a delightful person. You know that enthusiasm you get from other people's enthusiasm? You can, like a magnet, you can feel theirs and it does you good. And I really hope that this is seen by people of 75. To see her chopping wood and her attitude to life and having the gun on her shoulder ready to defend herself. What a wonderful person. Someday we'll meet again.
Yeah, I hope so.
That was a life-changing experience. I don't know quite how it's going to change my life,